Anyway, I will go back to the flight plan just for you guys. I'll send the link if some of you are aware. It's the command flight plan. So if you want to click on the link, and you'll get access to the same flight plan as I'm looking at the moment, and you can see on the stream. So today it's going to be a Korean Air 509 from Amsterdam to Stockholm Arlanda. It's a freighter service. It seems to be a fairly regular scheduled service, either on the 747 freighter or on the 777 freighter. So today we're going to do it on the 777 freighter. And if we look at the flight plan, it's the 509, 2 days date, 25th of September.
I hope nothing is missing. Time for me to go.
Amsterdam to Arlanda on the 777 freighter, and we are on Hotel Lima 8251. That's the aircraft registration. We are using route number 1 from Amsterdam, runway 24, to Arlanda, runway 19 right. So we're supposed to be departing at 10:15 Z and arriving there by about 12:20 Z, which will be 20 past 2 local time. We'll have cost index 10. It's sea level elevation, so we can do 250 below flight level 100. Initial level would be 350. We've got the details there. Looking at the trip, fuel is 11.5 for an hour and 33 minutes. Contingency of 5%. The alternate is Skavsta. And final reserve of 3.6 for 30 minutes flight. So we have a FMC reserve of 6.2 and suggested RAM fuel today of 18.7, which is already in the aircraft. That's all the numbers relating to the fuel and the corrections to the fuel. And we've got a planned zero fuel weight of 233.8, which will be actually final. Looking at the navigation log, we've got Andic 1 Sierra. Possibly a little bit of turbulence there, shear rate of 3, but should be alright in the climb. And yeah, we go via Germany and then Denmark 350, slow speeds, cost index 10, and then into Sweden. The alternate Skavsta, runway 26 at 5,000 feet. Should take 20 minutes, and we've got routing there, so good. And that's all the spot winds en route. That's it. Flight plan, it's the 772, should be 77 Lima. I'll have to look into that. Amsterdam to Arlanda, we've got all the details, it's all good. Then looking at the weather, we're looking at first Schiphol at 8:25 Z. There was Cav okay, all good, no worries there. And the forecast from 600 is 150 at 10 Cav okay, and then becoming by the time of departure 200 at 10. So that should be favoring runway 24 more or less. Maybe 18 left if ATC is on, but we'll go for 24. It's a shorter taxi from the parking position. And looking at Arlanda, 190811 Cav okay, 15 degrees, 1021, and the forecast is the same Cav okay, so it's gonna be a beautiful day in Skavsta. Then we've got the weather at the alternate Skavsta as the same Cav okay, and some airport en route, which we can refer to later on. Oh no, actually, I thought, anyway, let's forget about that. No times, I've got all the no times in there, but there's nothing really saying that the airport is closed or any major runways closed, except 0422 there, but we're not gonna use it. And destination alternate 0826 is closed, but that's on the 27th of September, so that's not today. And yeah, there's nothing really major anyway, it's a simulation. And SCAFSTA is open. There's not really any major concerns there. And then we've got the NOTAMs for the FIRs. Nothing really major there either. I can skip through that. And then we've got the winds, which we can see along the flight plan route as mainly above tailwind initially, and then a bit on the cross. Cool. Excellent. So we are on stand Romeo 77 in the cargo area in Amsterdam, and we'll, like always, ask the first officer to do the flow. First flow.
Okay, will do. I will do the exterior inspection for you, Captain.
I'll jump straight away into the FMC. And yeah, looking at the 777-200 freighter, and all the navigation database, everything is correct, so I can move on. We are in Amsterdam, Echo Hotel Alpha Mike. No worries. Yeah, I thought I would do that now to put it on Facebook as well. If I know I'm gonna be available, and if I know I'm gonna do it, I'll try to give a few hours notice, maybe half a day or a little bit more, and then I'll put a post as well just before going live as well. So yeah, I'll do that from now on. So we've got a route. It's this one here. Request it. We'll wait for the request to be sent, and then to for the uplink to come up. Here is the uplink is ready. So we'll clear the message and load the uplink. So it's giving us the origin airport, the destination airport. Like always, here it doesn't give you the flight number, so you have to enter it yourself. And the real aircraft, I remind you that the because the uplink is sent by the company dispatch, the flight number would come up in the uplink. So then we'll check the route. So if you have a look at the flight plan, that's the way to check that what we have in the FMC is the actual route we're supposed to fly. So we need to check that the uplink is ready. And today the route is indeed Andic, Upper November 873 and Tosca, November 873 to Alpha Romeo Sierra, and then Tango 317 to Beltok. So the route is correct. We can activate it and execute. Now we go to Perfinet. Perfinet, and the reserves. We'll have a look again at the flight plan. The reserve in the flight plan. Hold on. So first we'll accept it, like always. Reserve is 6.2. So we'll enter 6.2. Initially 350, cost index 10 on the freighter. We don't really fly too fast. Yeah. Schiphol is here, so we'll contact him, but I'm not moving yet, so don't panic. Then departure, we'll see. May as well contact the controller and see what the departure is gonna be. Maybe it's gonna give us 18 left. So let's see. Was 12197, I think. Yep, sounds good. Oh yeah, but there's only one control area. Okay. Delivery Korean Air 509 and stand Romeo 77 request clearance to Stockholm Arlanda. I hope he's got voice because I don't have text myself.
Korean Air 509er, delivery, good morning. You're cleared to Stockholm. You get to Stockholm via the NDIC 2 Echo departure from runway 18 to left in the squawk is 0140.
Korean Air 509 request runway at 24 if possible, please, and could you say again the squawk code?
Korean Air 509, yeah, the runway is runway 18 left, NDIC 2 Echo, and your squawk is 0140.
Okay, so we're clear to Stockholm Arlanda on deck 2 Echo, 18 left, and squawk 0110. Would appreciate runway 24 for departure if possible, please. Korean Air 509.
Korean Air 509er, your squawk is 0140.
I confirm 0140, Korean Air 509.
Korean Air 509er, affirmative, your Quebec is correct.
14 is the QNH. All this is set. At the same time, I'll bring multi-crew experience to do the flow, so I'll be quiet during the flow like always. Pre-flight flow.
Okay, or pre-flight.
Korean Air 509er, delivery.
Go ahead.
Korean Air 509er, I've a reclearance for you.
Go ahead.
Korean Air 509, you're cleared to Stockholm via the NDIC 1 Sierra departure from runway 24. Its squawk is 0140.
Okay, we're clear to Arlanda, NDIC 1 Sierra departure, squawk 0140, Korean Air 509.
Korean Air 509, please confirm runway 24.
Runway 24 with the NDIC 1 Sierra, Korean Air 509.
Korean Air 509, I'll be back to report fully ready.
Welcome, Korean Air 509. Right, so that's gonna be runway 24. It's a new controller, I think, so we'll have to give him credit for that. So runway.
Understand. Delivery, good morning, KLM 603, stand Foxtrot 3, radio check.
238.
KLM 603, delivery, reach you 5.
And we're gonna change this.
And KLM 603 request IFA clearance to Los Angeles is filed.
NDIC 1 Sierra, execute. We're gonna be routing via Echo Hotel 005, 008, 220,
KLM 603,
026, Pampus and NDIC. So that's correct. That's all good. So back to this.
Selected on, of course. Pre-flight complete.
Cool, so he's done the pre-flight. We're all, as I said, all the cargo is already on, and the fuel is on, so we can do the pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested.
Flight instruments.
Heading set, altimeter set.
Parking brake set. Fuel control switches cut off. Pre-flight checklist complete.
He says the parking brake is set, the parking brake is not set. Anyway, so that's done. Now we can enter the performance in the FMC, and we've got a zero fuel weight already of 233.8. Gives us a takeoff weight of 252.5, which is 252, yeah, so with the taxi fuel that makes sense. We'll go for
sorry, can you please repeat?
takeoff 2, and we'll take
in your flight plan between
a little derate.
I've inserted direct.
90% and one looks good. It's a long runway, we're fairly light at 250 tons for takeoff.
We'll just change our
Engine acceleration height is going to have to be 1000. Acceleration height is 3000. Thrust reduction 1500. Then we go for flap 5. It's also long runway, no obstacles really. 475. I'll take the speeds given by PMDG. So V2 is going to be 158. LNAV, VNAV, track 238, flylevel 60. So IPU is running. We'll take the all the connections off. Just disconnect this up there as well. That would help. Would be a good idea. And ground connections, and remove all that stuff. Good stuff. Excellent. Alright, let's call this guy. Before start flow.
Roger. Recall engine shutdown. TCAS off.
Cancel ICAS.
TCAS clear. Pressed.
Locking gear.
Ready for before start checklist.
Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight set door.
Closed and locked.
Departure
Passenger signs as required. MCP.
Set.
Parking brake.
Takeoff speeds.
Set.
Release parking brake.
CDE pre-flight.
Commencing push.
Completed.
All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Trim.
Set.
Taxi and takeoff refit.
Completed.
Beacon on. Before start checklist complete.
Correct now 509 request startup.
Last station coming, please say again.
Korean Air 509, request startup.
Korean Air 509 started approved. The information is Foxtrot is current QNH 1014. Contact tower 119.225.
Kia Tower 19225, Korean Air 509. Todzins. Start right engine.
Set parking brakes.
Start the right engine.
Start switch engaged. Engine 2. Start valve open. Engine 2. N2.
They might send me to runway 18 left again.
I've adjusted the lighting.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass being removed.
I
Fuel
didn't
flow. Engine 2.
I didn't see that tower was on. I thought it was only delivery. No good, no good. Yeah, tower is on. That's it. Sorry, mate. Pushed before. Actually, noticed
Start
you were there.
contact. Engine 2.
Start the left engine. Start the left engine.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Start the left engine.
Starting engine number 1.
So you may have noticed that the
Start valve open,
checklist
engine
was not in sync with the electronic checklist, so just do whatever and ignore that one. I'll need to have a look at the 777 freighter checklist with multi-crew experience to make sure it matches, because obviously it's a little bit different. We don't have a few things on
Fuel
the
flow, engine
freighter.
1.
Then the checklists are a little bit different, just a tiny bit. Yeah, the 777 sound is great, isn't it?
We have 7 Kilo, information Foxtrot
Start
QNH
engine
1014. Started at die Goedemorgen. En middag.
Before taxi flow.
Okay. Recall ready for the checklist.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5 selected.
Flight controls coming up. And the radars. The guys outside, that's the tug, the tow bar. The dispatcher is gone as well. He's somewhere already in the building. There's nobody around, which is good. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Anti-ice.
As required.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brake. RTO. Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Very good. So now that we know that tower is here, we're gonna give him a call. Otherwise, he's gonna call a supervisor. Fantastic. Anyway, Korean Air 509 request taxi.
Air 509, taxi holding point Sierra 7, runway 24.
Taxi holding point Sierra 7, runway 24, Korean Air 509. Ready for taxi flow.
Sure.
Treasure 6 kilos ready for taxi.
Ready.
Besluit 7 kilo.
Let's go.
Taxi
It's
to
clear on
holding
the
point.
right,
Sierra
on the
7, runway
left. Cool.
Holding point Sierra 7, runway 24. Treasure 6 kilos.
Reyes NL, you would use anti-ice when the weather is a little bit cold and wet, so below 10 degrees Celsius when there's a bit of moisture in the air, or so if it's if the taxiways are wet, if there's a bit of water around, or if it's obviously raining or snowing and things like that. But yeah, basically when you are in icing conditions, so icing conditions are defined, you know, basically as I said, with a bit of moisture in the air or on the ground, 10 degrees or colder. I Jackie 98, you're absolutely correct.
Amsterdam Tower, very good morning. KLM 623.
Takeoff review flow.
Information.
Yes,
Foxtrot,
Captain.
execution start.
Flaps as required. Runway.
KLM
Correct.
603, good morning.
And runway track.
The information is Foxtrot, UNH,
Initial
correction,
altitude
startup
set,
is
trim
visible.
set. FMC set,
Southern
transponder
KLM
for the cabin.
And Treasure 6 kilo approaching Sierra 7.
Well, here there's no cabin, because there's only 2 pilots, there's no even supernumerary, so we can do the before takeoff checklist.
Yes, takeoff line.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Set.
Tower, the Delta Echo Delta Mike Bravo, stand
Before takeoff, checklist complete.
41, information Foxtrot, radio contact.
Very good.
Delta Mike Bravo, reach you 5. Good morning.
Good morning.
My voice is okay? Yes, reach you 5, Delta Mike Bravo.
Hey, Windsilk, welcome back. Yeah, it's been a while. Oh, multi-crew experience. Multi-crew experience actually is a little bit of a bugger to set up, to tell the truth. That's one of the things I don't really like about it, is that the setup is fairly difficult, and I don't really feel like, you know, I'm in a good position to kind of give advice about it, because I've not updated it for a while, because I'm a little bit, you know, concerned that I might mess it up. So I've not really done much to it since maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago or something, and yeah, I'm not really gonna try to give advice, because I might make things worse. So. Right, I hope this Sierra 7 is the Sierra 7 the controller has, otherwise he's not gonna be happy. Doing 2 things at once, looking at the chat. Oh, 1m72 is no problem at all. I mean, I'm 1m81, so it's just a little bit smaller. There's no problem at all. 172 will be fine. Korean Air 509, Sierra 7, ready for departure.
Korean Air 509, runway 24, takeoff, wind is 170, with 110.
Clear for takeoff, runway 24, Korean Air 509. Cool, clear for takeoff, runway entry flow. Runway entry flow.
Roger. Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
Approaching 2-4.
Right, so we are clear for takeoff, runway 24. Yeah, we are all set up.
On runway 24.
And Tower KLM 603, request taxi.
Let's go.
KLM 603, taxi on
The
board 07,
freighter, yep, to Stockholm Arlanda this afternoon.
Taxi 0.07, runway 24603.
Takeoff, thrust ref. There's a bit of a crosswind from the left, not too strong. But hold.
V1.
Can I have 118, next taxi?
KLM
Gear up.
1187.
Up.
Good afternoon, taxi on point 7, runway 24, the altitude.
I'll have
I'm going to runway 2407 via Alpha 2. Can I have 118?
set altitude 10,000.
Selecting altitude 10,000.
KLM 1187, hold short, Sierra 5, runway 24.
Gear up and secured.
I'm John 05 from 24, can I have 118?
Korean Air 509, Air Note per 8, available. 1 of the Unicorn Bond 28.
122 decimal 8, Korean Air 509, Tadzins. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1 selected. Flaps verified.
Flaps up.
Flaps coming up.
After takeoff, checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Flaps verified. Landing gear up. Flaps up. After takeoff checklist complete.
No, it's not FS2 crew, it's multi-crew experience. Set altitude 15,000.
Setting altitude 15,000.
No, I've never flown Airbus before, only Boeing aircraft. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. I missed the name, sorry, my apologies. The alert didn't come through. I'm doing 150 things at the same time. Autopilot. No, I've never flown Airbus hijacking. And do you think we can use what's it called, Topcat for the performance, but it's not. It's okay, but I don't think it's 100% like, you know, great. And I'm waiting to get the performance software from my company on personal electronic device, as they say, and then I'll be able to calculate proper performance. 10,000 climbing flow.
Okay. Seat belt sign on auto.
Seatbelt sign auto.
Seatbelt signs auto.
Right, so I said there's no ATC. We go all the way up to 3.5. Done. Yeah, it's quite a good program to use. I guess you refer to a multi-crew experience. It's okay. The one good thing I like about it is that it's you can fully customize it. You can create your own flows, your own checklist, which is something I understand FS2 Crew doesn't do. FS2 Crew is maybe a little bit slicker, works maybe a little bit better. I don't have it personally, but from what I can see around, it seems to be working a little bit better. But it's there's only a couple of sets of procedures. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't really go beyond what's given to you by the software as far as the procedures and the flows are concerned. So if you want to do it like your own way, or if you want to adapt to whatever procedures you want to use, then you can't really do that. So as you can see, the freighter is a very good performer, if I can say. It's climbing like a rocket. We are about 250 tons, and it's doing very well. I tried to make the zero fuel weight as heavy as I could today. We've got almost 234 tons. It can go up to 248 tons if my memory serves me right. So obviously we don't have a lot of fuel to go to Stockholm. It's not very far, but so that's it. Almost already at Andek, and then taking up the route on kind of a northeasterly direction towards Stockholm. The indicator around here is the angle of attack, if I'm correct. But I'm getting notification that Active Sky Next on the network computer has given up. Okay, I'm trying to relaunch it. Yes, the angle of attack indicator. It shows. I think it's a Boeing option. You can have it displayed on the PFD, both on the 737 I flew and on the 777 I'm currently flying. We do not have the angle of attack indicator. To tell the truth, I don't think it's a very useful indication. I mean, the angle of attack at the moment is 2.4. I mean, doesn't really tells me much. To tell the truth, I'm not really sure how this number is worked out. We've got the pitch altitude of 5 degrees roughly at the moment, and it's a sum of whatever it is. Yeah, we don't use it, so I'm not really familiar with it, to tell the truth. So it's 5 degrees and maybe the difference with the FPV, the angle of, I'm not sure what calculation is actually. Yeah, the 777 is a great aircraft to fly. I was going to say one of the drawbacks obviously is that it's a long haul aircraft, so you spend quite a fair amount of time in the aircraft, in the cruise, not doing much, and obviously it's to fly long routes, which obviously involve jet lag and crossing many time zones and things like that. So it's a nice aircraft to fly, but it's hard work in a sense. Yeah, the angle of attack now is anybody remembers what it's made of? How they calculate the indicator there? I've got a bit of a blank, I have to admit. The longest flights can be up to 16 hours, 17 hours. Yeah, that's long. Obviously, there's 4 of us, and you have a break or even 2 breaks. But yeah, it's a long flight. We'll go vertical speed. Change to Mach. 1000 feet per minute, speed, vertical speed. Luis Kabak, on the very long flights, usually it's about 48 hours, or just beyond 48 hours, maybe 50 hours, 52 hours, depending on. But basically, it's 2 days at the destination, and then come back home. You kind of need 2 nights to try to rest as best as you can. If the time difference is quite big, if you stay too long, then you're gonna start shifting your body to the time zone where you landed, and then it's no good, because then you obviously need to come back. And I'm quite good at shifting west, not so good to shift east. So if I know in 48 hours I can shift like my body to maybe 6-7 hour, like, you know, or 6 or 7 time zones already. So it's if you stay longer, you will shift your body very quickly, I think. At least that's my personal experience of it. And Vinav Path.